An uncovered Muslim Brotherhood document publicized in a terrorism funding trial in 2008 calls for the destruction of the United States. Muslim Brotherhood presidential candidate Mohammed Morsi proclaimed before thousands of supporters that jihad is our path. Despite this, Barack Obama welcomed Mohammed Morsi with open arms when he was elected president of Egypt and continued to support him while non-stop reports surfaced that the Muslim Brotherhood had set up torture chambers for its political opponents and openly crucified Christians. With the Muslim Brotherhood taken out of power to the chagrin of our Muslim Brotherhood president, Barack Obama, the Egyptian military now in power has discovered a treasure trove of documents linking the Obama regime with the illegal activities of the Muslim Brotherhood. One such document is a list of Muslim Brotherhood officials receiving secret bribes in U.S. currency paid out by the U.S. consulate, amounting to millions of dollars. Investigative journalist Jerome Corsi has obtained a copy of the document held by the Egyptian military, proving the Obama regime sent millions of dollars in bribes to the Muslim Brotherhood. But who was managing all of this money? Did the Muslim Brotherhood walk around with hundreds of thousands of dollars in their pockets? Enter Malik Obama, Obama's half-brother. According to Egyptian television, as reported by Jerome Corsi, the Supreme Constitutional Court of Egypt wanted to, quote, inform the American people that their president's brother Obama is one of the architects of the major investments of the Muslim Brotherhood. We're not just talking about the bribes the Muslim Brotherhood received in Egypt, but the entire Muslim Brotherhood finances worldwide that more than likely includes an astounding $8 billion bribe to the Muslim Brotherhood made by the Obama regime, as reported by Egypt Daily News and Arabic News TV 14. The bribe was payment to guarantee that the huge tract of Egyptian land, the Sinai Peninsula, be turned over to the Muslim Brotherhood sister group, Hamas. According to Egypt Daily News, a document exists showing the $8 billion agreement with the Obama administration that was signed by former Muslim Brotherhood President Mohammed Morsi and his second-in-command, Kharat al-Shatur, both under arrest by the Egyptian military for murder and treason. Does this document really exist, showing the $8 billion bribe signed by Obama or one of his representatives? Undoubtedly. According to the Anatolia News Agency, Saad al-Shatur, the son of Kharat al-Shatur, said that his father, prior to being arrested, had in his hand evidence that would put President Obama in prison. And no doubt this is the document he was referring to. If the Egyptian military releases this document, it would no doubt spell the end of the Obama administration and mean a long prison term for treason for Barack Hussein Obama.
In 1928, Egyptian Hassan al-Banna formed an organization called the Muslim Brotherhood. In World War II, that same Muslim Brotherhood joined with Adolf Hitler to kill, indeed to exterminate Jews globally. In 1981, that same Muslim Brotherhood assassinated Egyptian President Anwar Sadat, and in 2011, that same Muslim Brotherhood overthrew Egyptian President Hosni Mubarak for the express purpose to establish the Islamic Caliphate in Egypt and eventually spread Sharia law globally. Astonishingly, in April of 2012, that same Jew-hating, Christian-hating Muslim Brotherhood was welcomed into our country, the United States of America, into our capital, Washington, D.C., by President Barack Hussein Obama. And not only did he welcome this organization that ought to be declared a terrorist organization, but he gave them $1.5 billion taxpayer dollars to continue their Islamic onslaught in the Middle East. In May of 2012, that same Muslim Brotherhood comes to Tampa, Florida, with the express purpose of continuing the cultural jihad to eventually turn the United States of America into an Islamic State. In Washington, D.C., August 31 through September 3rd of 2012, ISNA, their national convention, their East Coast convention in Tampa, and then the last day of the Republican convention, they start their national convention to tell the federal government the Muslim Brotherhood is here. Your president welcomed us in D.C. He gave us $1.5 billion. We are now in Washington, D.C. And when that convention ends, and that convention will have every unindicted terrorist you can imagine as a speaker, when that convention ends on September 3rd, the Democratic convention begins in Charlotte, North Carolina. Our sources tell us, tactically, the Muslim Brotherhood, through ISNA, decided at that specific time to form a consolidation with the Democratic Party to assist them in re-electing President Barack Obama. Why in the world would the Muslim Brotherhood want to get President Barack Obama re-elected? They see President Obama as the president most likely to assist them in establishing their global caliphate. Why? You remember in June of 2009, just a few months after President Obama was elected, he went to Cairo, Egypt, to give his first speech and to reach out to the Muslim Brotherhood and the Islamic community. He did that in Cairo, Egypt, where Hassan al-Banna formed the Muslim Brotherhood in 1928. Number two, $1.5 billion. The reason why the Muslim Brotherhood wants President Obama reelected is because he will provide money for them, taxpayer money, to assist them in turning some of these Middle East countries into Islamic states controlled by the Muslim Brotherhood. Point number three, why the Muslim Brotherhood wants President Obama reelected is Palestine. You see, the Muslim Brotherhood started Hamas. Hamas runs Gaza, Judea, Samaria, the West Bank. These two pieces of dirt comprise what the Islamic world views as Palestine. This is why the Muslim Brotherhood is implementing their infiltration and influence operation in the United States, in the Democratic Party. Please, America, wake up. Not in our backyard, President Obama. We don't want your Muslim Brotherhood in our backyard. Not in our backyard.
What the hell is wrong with Johnny? Well, he got fucked. They put fluoride in the water and he drank the shit up. At the time, he was a victim of a sneaky ass trick. After all, a PhD was hard for Johnny to fuck with. The dentist was a man that Johnny trusted. Now Johnny can't read cause his brain is dusted. At least his teeth are white, no, they've all rusted. Now every time he smiles, they're all brown and busted. He believed the dentist, he just had to be right. Now I believe the dentist tried to take Johnny's life. Now look here, ladies, let me hear you holler. They're putting fluoride in your baby water. Back to Johnny real quick, I need to tell you some more. He started failing in school because he got low scores. 10 years go by, and I see him again. The boy used to be one of my good friends. I said, Johnny, what's happening, fool? I ain't seen you since back in high school. He said, B, how the hell you been? 10 long years since I seen you, friend. I can't think so good. It's like I'm under attack. I think my mind is gone, and I can't get it back. Things are kinda hard when there used to be a snap. I wish I would've never drank that water from the tap. But like I said before, things have been pretty hard. But I just got a job last week is when I started. I'm on my way right now. I get my check today. Cause nigga, I'm working for the TSA. I said, really? How's that working for you? Cause I know what you used to get into. He said, V, sure enough, you right. I rob them all day and sell that shit at night. I get iPods and cameras and phones and shit. If you ever need a watch, I got 10 on my wrist. I said, yeah, I could use one of those. What you trying to get? He said, 5 for you, bro. So I picked out a watch and he rolled down the sleeve. Then I gave him $5 and I started to leave. He said, wait. Let me tell you, friend, if you ever need a job, I can get you in. I admit that I rob them cause the pay is shitty, but I get to touch all the ass and titties that I want all day. I can pick and choose, even if she gets mad, I can never lose my job. I swear to God, cause my supervisor Bob, he's in the mob. Crazy shit, man, listen, Bob ain't no joke. He'll put his hands in your pants till he can feel your throat. One lady got pissed, called him a shit log, so we locked her in the room with the angry bomb dog. So that's the lowdown, but I'm just getting started, so I keep you posted, B. After that, we departed. for a second and I started to cry. Cause I knew right away Johnny had to die. I just want you to know, this was not Johnny's luck. As I squeezed my eyes closed and pushed the pedal on my truck. Bob, I need you to hear this too. Johnny was my friend and I do not know you. Son of a bitch.
As a boy, I spent several years in Indonesia and heard the call of the azan at the break of dawn and at the fall of dusk.
Talked about my Muslim faith, and you're absolutely right that that has not
Christian
come.
faith.
I have known Islam on 3 continents. Islam on 3 continents.
4 years ago, we were facing 2 wars and the worst economic crisis of our lifetime. Big banks and insurance companies were playing by their own rules, and politicians were looking the other way. There have been many times over the years when I've fallen on my knees asking God for guidance, not just in my personal life, but in the life of this nation. The Bible calls on us to be our brother's keeper and our sister's keeper. As a public servant, I must do my part to answer that call. That's why I've fought to keep this a country where everyone who works hard has a basic sense of dignity and a chance to get ahead. That means things like good jobs and good wages, health care that's there for you when you get sick, a secure retirement, the chance to buy a home to call your own, and an education that gives our young people every chance in life. And I believe that if we each do our part, we can build an economy that works for all of us and leaves something better for our children. I believe that even as we work hard to get ahead, we also have the obligation to reach back and help others get ahead too. We are all in this together as one people, one American family, one nation under God. I want you to know I've been so grateful for your prayers. God bless you, and may God bless the United States of America.